Welcome, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Today is day 2 of the 5-day meditation challenge. So yesterday we started by setting an intention and we talked about affirmations, and actually that's what the meditation was. It was different affirmations and just some suggestions because you can really find one that works for you, or just listen to several of them, kind of like we did yesterday. So today I want to give you a tool to really be able to meditate kind of anywhere that you want. And sometimes, it can be really helpful to have guided meditations, which of course these are all are guided meditations. I'm guiding you through them. But there might be situations where you need to pause for a moment. And that's what we're going to do today is give you this tool so you can take meditation really kind of anywhere you are. So if you have a moment, maybe you're in your car between meetings, or you're picking up your kids, you're dropping them off from sporting practice or something like that, you can always, allow yourself to shift gears between events. And one of the ways to do that is by breath awareness. So today we're going to do a breath awareness practice. And just, there'll be a few different tools within the practice, and you might, notice that one or two works better for you. So if something feels good, know that this is something that you can do for yourself. And just like I mentioned yesterday, there might be times where you don't have time for even to set a minute on your phone, but you can pause and just take 3 deep breaths before shifting gears, before going to that next activity. So we're going to get started. So just like yesterday, finding any position that feels good for you. That might be lying on your back with your knees bent, or you could be seated on the floor or in a chair. Do whatever it takes to feel comfortable for this time that we're going to share together. And, you might want to move your body a little bit, maybe circling your shoulders or, moving your neck. So just shake out whatever you need to before you settle into stillness. And then coming into that place of stillness, you might want to close your eyes, or you can just rest your gaze with the tip of your nose. And the very first part of this is we're just going to notice. So noticing your body on the earth or on the chair, whatever you might be sitting or lying on. So feeling connected to the ground, feeling supported, feeling held. And we're just going to first start noticing our breath. So what does your breath feel like? Where does it naturally want to go? What are the qualities of your breath? Does it feel shallow, or does it feel steady and deep? And as you notice these things, noticing without judgment, noticing without creating any stories, just almost as if you were witnessing your body being breathed. And while you continue to notice your breath, you might be aware of any other sensations in your body. So there might be maybe tight hips or shoulders, or maybe you feel like you're holding on to some tension. And if you can, inviting your breath to go to any of those places that might need it right now, inviting a sense of ease and relaxation. And as we go through this short practice this morning, you might notice that maybe the tension comes back. Maybe your shoulders start to just naturally want to grip. Maybe you're feeling gripping in your belly or your forehead. And if you notice that tightness coming back, just once again, inviting that sense of ease, directing the breath wherever you need it. Now we're going to work with our breath a little bit. So yesterday we had affirmations that you could repeat to yourself. And now you might repeat these words. I breathe in. I breathe out. I breathe in. I breathe out. And you can even shorten that to breathe in, breathe out, or maybe even just using the words in and out, moving at your own perfect rhythm, not needing to keep pace with me. So however long you'd like your inhale to be, and however long the exhale wants to be. So allowing the out breath to be, if one's going to be longer, letting the exhale be the longer of the two, but if you can, maybe evening them out. Just starting to explore the breath right now. So not needing to count at this point. We can maybe do that later, just allowing the breath to flow in and flow out. Allowing the spine to be long as we continue to move the breath in and out of the body. And as we continue to follow the breath, we're going to start noticing that when we breathe in, noticing all the places that you're creating space, allowing the in breath to come all the way down to the bottom lobes of the lungs, down to the belly. And then as you exhale, exhaling fully and completely, letting go of anything that no longer serves you, letting go of expectations and judgments, letting go of comparison, competition, limiting beliefs. And then again, inhaling. And as you inhale, you might even picture a bright white light coming in through the body, energizing all the organs, all your muscles, all your cells. And then as you exhale, again, letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Just following one breath after another, almost like waves coming to the shore. You can watch those waves. We continue to breathe in, creating space in your body, space in your mind. Breathing out, letting go. Now we're going to shift the breath pattern just a tiny bit, and we're still going to work on keeping an equal ratio, but now we're going to count to 4. And again, this can be your count of 4 if you want to go faster or slower than I am. So we would breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. And if you'd like, you could add in a little pause between the in and the out breath. A little retention before switching from one to the other. But again, it's all about what feels comfortable to you. And when we use our breath like this, we're soothing our nervous system, calming not only the mind, but calming the body. Into what we call our rest and digest mode. So we'll do just a few more rounds, breathing in and breathing out. And then whenever you're ready, bowing your chin towards your chest, letting your head hang heavy. Feeling a nice stretch for the upper back and the neck, up of the shoulders. And then before lifting your gaze back towards the screen, you can blink your eyes open down towards the ground. letting your eyes get used to the light. And then when you're ready, lifting your gaze and coming back into the room that you're in. So that again was a way to take awareness, being able to put our awareness on our breath. So there are different ways to have a focus meditation. So we focused on the breath. Sometimes you can focus on perhaps a candle that you have lit, or maybe a crystal, an object, a stone, maybe a little statue, a flower, maybe a picture, a painting, a picture of a loved one. So there are so many different ways that we can do focused meditation. But when we focus on the breath, that can help us take our awareness away from maybe the scattered thoughts that we have. And I think that's the one big tip that I want to share with you today, is that a lot of times we think that we have to empty our minds in order to meditate, or that I'm not a good meditator if I have thoughts come up. And we are all human. We all have lots of thoughts that come and go. And when we meditate, it's okay if those thoughts come up. It's just, what do we do with those thoughts? So rather than, getting carried away with them, just notice them, just like you notice the breath. And then actually, when you have that thought, you might think to yourself, there's a thought, and you bring your attention and your awareness back to your breathing. And you might find that you need to do that over and over again. And that is 100% okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't want to shut off our thoughts. That would take us from being human. It's just, what do we do when those thoughts come up? And can we maybe create a little bit of space between them? And that might take a long time to happen. And you might, keep reminding yourself, okay, bring my awareness back to my breath. What does my breath feel like? Okay, I'm breathing in. And then a thought might come up. Okay, I'm breathing out. And it's, that's, 100% perfect. That is, totally okay. And that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It just means you're human. So I hope you'll keep that in mind, because that is the one thing that I hear very, very often from people who say that they would like to meditate, but they feel like they have, they're too stressed. They have too many things on their minds. And maybe that sounds like you. I know it probably sounds like a lot of us, but that's like saying, I'm too dirty to take a shower. So, you don't ever feel like you're too dirty. You just go and take your shower, and you don't use that as a reason to not get in the shower. You probably want to get in the shower even more. And that's actually, there's a phrase that we hear batted around in meditation circles a lot, which is, you don't have 20 minutes to meditate, then you should meditate for 60 minutes, which basically means you really, really need it. And what you might find as you add a little more meditation into your life is that you might find that you're feeling a little more centered, you're feeling a little less stressed, and you might even find yourself a little bit more organized with time, just because maybe you're not as scattered and just kind of reactive mode. So I'm really curious how this meditation works for you. And if you take it off the mat, so like if you're on a mat today, but we sometimes say taking it off the mat, taking it into your real life, between meetings or between activities in your day. I'd love to hear how it works for you. So please feel free to, comment either today or somewhere down the road in the Peace Run Yoga Facebook group. And I'm going to let you have a couple minutes back in your day. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been great to share this Tuesday morning with you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.